team lost their first game in that tournament because they showed fortitude and their ability to bounce back, finishing 3-1. Greg, if you're only going to have two returning offensive starters, quarterback Marley Phillips and receiver Samaya Taylor-Jenkins are two pretty good ones.
Yeah, a state record 69 touchdown passes by Marley Phillips a season ago, 39 of which Taylor Jenkins was on the receiving end. And as Coach Stone was talking about, better to lose in the summer than here in the regular season.
That's absolutely correct, man. You get a chance to kind of figure out some things, what you got going on, what your team looks like, how well they execute. The summer is a good opportunity to kind of figure some stuff out, but the regular season is every number counts down, every game counts.
And trying to repeat so incredibly hard because you get every team's best shot. Everyone wants to knock off the best, and right now, Hamilton, the defending state champs, as we get a look at the captains meeting at midfield. This is game one, and everyone is excited. It's been a long off season, and everyone wants to get off to a good start.
They really do, man. Like when you listen to what coaches talk about, they got new girls coming in with new faces, new understandings, but new abilities. You got to try to develop your team and seeing how well they gel together. Game one is a good opportunity for everyone to kind of get an opportunity to see where they are.
Cardinals linebacker Cody Simon at midfield with the coin toss before this game. Our referee is Randy Ross. Gilbert, the home team, will receive to begin this contest. Now, right off the top, there are no kickoffs anymore in 2025. A bit of a rule tweak this season, so you won't see kickoffs. A year ago, it was you began the first half, you began the second half with kickoffs. No more. You just spot the ball at the 14-yard line and you go. So should be a little interesting to start, and we can continue this conversation throughout the game because I know both coaches, when you start at the 14 and you got a long shotgun snap, if it's an errant snap, all of a sudden, well, things can get a little crazy near the goal line.
It really can. Look, if the NFL can change the kickoff rules, so can the women's flag football.
Other than that, most of the rules remain the same. A lot of excitement here in Gilbert's. Brought out Cardinals linebacker Cody Simon. Cardinal cheerleaders in attendance. Saw Big Red as well. And yes, everyone wants to knock off Hamilton. Last season, undefeated, finished ranked third nationally by USA Today. In fact, they played in the first girls flag football game produced and broadcast by the Arizona Cardinals, beating Xavier a season ago. So this old hat for Hamilton, they're used to the big stage.
But let me just say thanks to the Arizona Cardinals and, you know, making it a production, but getting these young ladies an opportunity to be seen. The sport is definitely growing, and that is something that, you know, you and I both have had an opportunity to witness. The talent level is definitely, imploding. You got 39 touchdowns, 69 touchdowns by the quarterbacks on one team. It's a good spot and a good place. Congratulations to the women who are here playing and getting a chance to sit on primetime television.
Gilbert's offense led by junior quarterback Lila Barton. From the 14-yard line, good snap, and we're off and running. And they swing it to the far sideline, and immediately the flag pulled right at that 14, or I should say at the 15-yard line. So a gain of about one or so. Remember, it's 4 downs to get to the 20, the 40, and then 40 and 20 on the other side of the field. So 2nd and 5 here on this opening drive for Gilbert. Barton to throw, pump fakes, dumps it, and that is Riley Gaylord making the catch near that first down stick.
I like what I said of the Gilbert Tigers, just keeping it pretty simple. A little quick, get the ball out of the quarterback hand, but more importantly, the receivers are catching the ball. This could be a nervous moment, but they're not. They're not showing that they're nervous. They're making the catches, moving the chains. That's what you got to do.
So first down, another pass play, dump it underneath. The pass is caught, and that is Jalen Guerrero, sophomore running back, wearing her older sister's number. Jalissa Guerrero, longtime Gilbert Tiger flag football player, wore number 5, and Jalen honoring her older sister.
That's pretty cool, man. You just gotta love house passed down traditions. As long as she plays better or play like her, then you're winning.
Ball just shy of the 25-yard line. And our first penalty flag of the game, and it's offsides against visiting Hamilton. Again, our referee is Randy Ross. Got to remain 1 yard off the line of scrimmage if you're a defensive player. A little bit too close there by Demi Woods.
Can't use your hands if you're as a blocker as well. This is one of the rules that the offensive linemen have in this game.
From the 29-yard line. And coming across the jet sweep. Well, underneath handoff. And that's Allison Bogle, who immediately gets stopped by Caden Kistler.
When you watch Gilbert on film and the history of what they've been able to do, Coach Brian runs pretty much a base offense. It's not a run and shoot primarily. He tries to install a little bit of a running game, mix and match a little bit, see if you can catch the defense off. But on that play, they were not able to.
Yeah, lost back to the 25-yard line, setting up 2nd and 15. Shotgun snap. Barton pressure, throws it underneath. Gaylord running near side, crosses the 30 to 35 before the flag is pulled by Asia Denson, crossing the 35-yard line.
Gilbert was in, Hamilton was in man-to-man at that time, and a little dump-off route. Quarterback was able to escape a little bit of the defensive pressure, dump it off to a running back, and there you go for a good game.
Gaylord, a senior wide receiver, pretty much do it all on offense, run it, rush it, and even throw it. Had a passing touchdown last season. 3rd down, need to get to the 40. Barton flush, she'll run, looking for that first down marker, crosses the line to gain and then some. And stopped shy of midfield, needed to get to the 40, gets the first down to the 49-yard line.
Very smart play by the quarterback, knowing exactly what she needed. Defense was in the zone, kind of dropped back a little bit, but she took advantage of what she saw, used her legs like she's capable of doing, got the first down. But here's the funny thing, if you don't grab the flag, you keep running. Just more than the first down.
Run until you hear the whistle blown.
That is true.
Opening possession of game number 1 in year 2 of the Arizona Cardinals Girls High School Flag Football Game of the Week. Barton, and they'll swing it behind the line of scrimmage. Jalen Guerrero runs and gets to the line of scrimmage, maybe to the 50. Quick flag pull by the Hamilton defense.
I like the balance. You try to keep your defense off. As watching Hamilton, you say this is a new bunch of girls coming from the state championship. But the reality is that, you're watching Gilbert execute an offense from the beginning to now. This is really good ball control and smart offensive play.
Maybe sometimes your best defense is your offense. Keep the defending champs on the sideline.
Great call.
Shotgun snap, Barton. Time, ball tips, and I believe fell incomplete. Demi Woods, 3-year starter, coming in and getting a hand on that football, incomplete.
I've been watching, when you look at Layla Barton, how well of an athlete she is. She can sling that thing, but they're not trying to go deep right now. I'm watching how Hamilton's playing a zone defense for the most part, and they're just taking what's underneath.
3rd and 7 here for Gilbert at the Hamilton 47-yard line. Barton flushed out of the pocket, runs out of room, and ball tips, and they're going to say incomplete. Jalen Guerrero was over there near that line to gain, and now if you're head coach Brian Winstead, 4th down, you can punt or you go for it.
Can you punt?
You can punt.
You can punt, right? That is true. I didn't know if they changed that rule too.
Just eliminated the kickoffs. You can punt, extra points, field goals. And it does look like Gilbert is going to punt this one away. It'll be Jasmine Guerrero. End over end. Chance at a return. And the ball in and out of the hands of Caden Kistler, hits the turf. No fumbles in flag football, so the ball immediately, or the play immediately called at that spot. So now Hamilton with possession for the first time here as we play with just over 6 minutes to go.
I really like what I saw out of Gilbert the first series. I thought that was really good, how they executed their offense. But now defense, because this offensive power, this offensive juggernaut they're getting ready to go against is not a slouch. This is going to be a good test of Gilbert this time.
First time seeing Marley Phillips, the sophomore quarterback, 69 touchdown passes a year ago, a state record. Her first pass attempt is caught at the 30-yard line. And that is Samaya Taylor-Jenkins with her first catch of 2025, the first of many, I'm guessing.
Offensive player, Cardinals Offensive Player of the Year. She wears number 84 as a receiver, dual sport athlete. Just, she does it all. But I mean, more importantly, I love the way Marley makes those throws. I mean, she is a complete quarterback.
Takes the snap on second and long, going deep, looking for Taylor-Jenkins between two defenders and cannot come down with the football. Some traffic in there, but an incomplete pass.
Back-to-back attempts by the #1 quarterback and the #1 wide receiver. Deep throw, a little overthrow, not bad. I just wish she would have came down. Pretty sure she wished she would have came down with it. You're absolutely right, Craig. She did have some, she was covered by two people.
And I think you're going to see a lot of that, not just tonight, but this entire season, as far as double coverage, bracket coverage on Taylor-Jenkins, because of how good she is out in space, and then that connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You know all about that, Frank, as far as even when you're covered, you're open, and I think we're seeing that here on that play before.
Without a doubt. I mean, the best part about a good quarterback and a receiver conversation is that they have complete confidence in each other.
Third down, need to get to the 40. Marley Phillips steps up in the pocket, throwing deep, a receiver in the area, and it's caught for a huge gain. Kia Riley, the junior, getting behind the defense, coming down with the football.
My sophomore quarterback, man, on the roll, sliding in the pocket, a 35 to 45-yard hose. I mean, just look at that rope right there. And a great catch by the receiver. Goes up with both hands, comes down with the ball.
Unfortunately, in the backfield, a penalty flag against Hamilton is going to negate a deep ball and what would have been a huge play here with 4:42 to go in the first quarter. We've got a timeout, our first one of the game. Hamilton and Gilbert scoreless in the first quarter. We welcome you back. Season number 2 of the Arizona Cardinals girls high school flag football game of the week as you look at some of the key rules to flag football. And the one big key this season, as we mentioned off the top, no more kickoffs. Start the half, first half, second half of the ball spotted at the 14-yard line. Same thing after scores. And that is a new tweak here this season as we continue on this opening possession for the Hamilton Huskies. Third down pass attempt incomplete. So 4th and 21, and wisely Hamilton is going to punt the football. So each team with possession and each team with a punt, as this one bounces just inside Gilbert territory and will be ruled dead at that spot, about the 45-yard line. So right now, again, game one, it's been a long offseason for both teams as far as getting ready for this moment. Maybe some nerves coming out. Yes, Hamilton's the defending champs, but they lost 15 players from last year's team, so a brand new squad almost for head coach Matt Stone.
Yeah, it really is, you know, but what he didn't lose was talent. Hamilton has a bunch of talent and rotation. Of course, these young ladies still have to learn the offense and learn how to take coaching, correction, and also come out and compete at a high level.
Gilbert's second drive will begin at its own 44-yard line. Barton in the pocket, pressured, throws to the near side, and it is caught by Jasmine Guerrero, going low to make sure she secured that football. Nice hands, and now Gilbert in Hamilton territory.
Very good, you know, very good patience on the quarterback. The lineman is doing a very good job giving her time, but more importantly, Jasmine did a great job of finding a spot in the zone and then getting open and coming up with the play.
A near sack by Caden Kistler, the freshman rusher. Instead, pass complete into Hamilton territory.
Two different styles of defense. Hamilton is showing to play more man-to-man, but when you're watching, great play by the defensive back right there.
Good defense by Jada Hill as the pass coming across the middle. So one thing Matt Stone was talking about with his defense, wanted to see more hands-on footballs, more takeaways. Their takeaway numbers were pretty low compared to most 6A teams last season.
When you watch him playing man-to-man, you tell him he believes and trusts in his cornerback. So that's one thing a coach will show you. If they play man-to-man, they trust you.
Third down pass play, dump off to Gaylord running near that first down stick, but a good flag pull shy of the 40-yard line. Kistler again, the freshman, seems to be everywhere defensively for the Huskies. And a 4th down and short upcoming for Gilbert.
Look, over the last 3 years, Gilbert has only improved. The first year they were 6 and 7, excuse me. The next year they was 9 and 7. They've only gotten better under the coach and the tutelage. The girls are coming together, unifying and developing well in this sport of football.
Brian Winstead and this coaching staff. Brian with more than 15 years of coaching experience. Big play early here in this first quarter, a 4th and short. Barton flushed, looking to run, stretches the football out. The flag is pulled by Denson, but where are they going to say was Barton when that flag was pulled, as the officials will huddle up? It's close, but they're going to spot it at the 40, and it's a first down.
Ooh, those chains. Another smart play by the quarterback, knowing exactly what she needs, being gutsy and going to go get the first down.
Good stretch by Barton to make sure she crossed the line to gain before Asia Denson came in to put a stop to the play.
While you're at home, you're watching the Hamilton defense. You're watching, I said before, they're playing man-to-man, but I'm going to give you this picture. Take a picture, mental picture while you're at home, and then you'll be able to see what Gilbert's doing defensively is totally different.
They spread it out here on this first down. Screen pass to Gaylord, who thought about pitching it back, but before she could, she gets stopped by Denson again.
Hamilton's playing fast, and I like to see that. You know, of course, you don't want to see anyone get hurt or anything like that, but you want to see that once that ball is thrown, the reaction time that is taken for Hamilton to get to the young ladies or to snatch that flag off, it's been pretty impressive thus far.
They'll give Gaylord a yard to the 39-yard line. So 2nd and 19. Again, you got to get to the 20 for the drive to continue, or just find your way into the end zone here as we near the end of this first quarter.
This has been a very good, display of offensive talent and coaching, watching how Gilbert's running the offense. But look, Marley Phillips is an experienced quarterback, 4,700 yards. She knows exactly what to do.
They do not get another playoff before the end of the first quarter. So a defensive battle here in this season premiere of year 2 of the Arizona Cardinals girls high school flag football game of the week. Hamilton and Gilbert, no score after 1 quarter. We have an offsides for the second time called against the Huskies defense.
I'm wondering if Marley's out there using some Aaron Rodgers / Brett Favre hut sounds. I'm not sure. Can't hear while we're in the booth, but I'm wondering if she's out there doing that. Either way, that's a mental mistake. This is the first game. You got to kind of, second quarter, you got to kind of get a feel of the game.
Gaylord motions to the right. Barton will throw her direction. Caught in the flat, crosses the 30, and the flag is pulled at about the 27, 28-yard line. Asia Denson again with another flag pull. Asia Denson, her father, Autry Denson, great running back at Notre Dame. Right now, the running backs coach of the Arizona Cardinals.
Wow. How cool is that, right? Oh, my goodness. I got 3 daughters, Craig, and none of them played sports. None of them played. Well, they didn't have flag football to play, but I wonder if they would have at that time.
It is great to see, and the interest is only growing year in and year out. Here's a quick backwards pass. Jalen Guerrero thumps it short. Pass is caught by Gaylord. She looks for that first down yard to gain. It's the 20, and it's awfully close to see whether this will extend the drive or it's a 4th down for Gilbert. And I think just a little bit shy of that 20-yard line.
Little trick play right there. I like that still, but I mean, the way to execute it, right? Quarterback still gets the ball out of her hand in a good space for the running back to catch the ball. Trickery is not a bad thing right now, considering the fact that we've watched Hamilton play man-to-man.
4th and 1. Barton surveying the field, throws over the middle. Ball is caught by Gaylord for the first down. Throwing in traffic, but the trust that Lila Barton has for Riley Gaylord right now, that connection is regular season, mid-season form.
I mean, it really does look, and it looks really good. I mean, you can't be mad at what you're watching at. This offense looks pretty explosive. She's playing, both of them are playing at a fast pace. That's good to see right now.
So 1st and goal from the 18-yard line for this second possession for Gilbert.
I like the way the coach is calling the game plan. Like, this is like really savvy, getting the ball out of the quarterback's hand pretty fast, getting it to one of their speedy receivers or running backs. Really nice.
Jalen Guerrero with the juggling catch and being very patient. And we even saw it on that first possession from Gilbert, taking what the defense gives you. And again, making sure that that Hamilton offense stays on the sideline.
Yeah, Matt's going to have to Coach Stone's going to have to make some decisions here when it comes to what this defense is going to do. Move the men up a little bit more, play a little bit more press, man to man. But right now, this offense is working for Gilbert, and they're doing a great job executing it.
Second down. And a little misdirection play coming to the near side. Lola Seeger with the first touch of the game. Sophomore.
A little bit of eye candy right
Yeah.
there, right? Little motion out to the little zip, zing, zoom with a receivers running out wide. Then got somebody come underneath for a reverse pitch. You can't be mad at that. That's pretty slick. A little eye candy for the Hamilton Tigers to take a look at that.
Seeger played mostly JV last season. So 3rd and goal, ball spotted, middle of the field at the 7-yard line.
Here's where it matters more now. Space gets tight, got to make decisions.
And a great play in the end zone by Taylor Jenkins as Barton stepped up in the pocket, threw, but Taylor Jenkins says, But there is a penalty marker back by the quarterback.
Yeah, this is a tight window right here. Like, this is one of those things, you bend but don't break. Typically in the red zone area, it gets really small and short. The windows get tighter. And so now you got to be more accurate. The quarterback has to have better timing responsibilities, as well as while they're getting pressure on them. So it's important that your quarterback make good decision right here.
So the penalty will push the football back to the 17-yard line, and it's now 3rd and goal here for Gilbert as we are scoreless in this opening game for both teams.
Question is right now, do you go for it, take a shot at it, or do you come back and I don't think you're having somebody kick a 47-yard field goal, but if you do you take a shot at it or go for it play for it for 2 downs?
They'll swing it to Guerrero, far side. Thought about throwing it. She'll run it and runs right into a defender. Some incidental contact. And the ball at the 15-yard line, 4th down. Be a long, long field goal for Allison Bogle. We'll see what Brian Winstead decides to do here.
You can't teach that there, Craig. The way they just collided, this is supposed to be flagged. You reach for it, but you can't teach that kind of, this is when we talk about competition, right? Take the hit. You're not supposed to be hitting out here, but sometimes you bump into each other. You watch a young lady take the hit, but that's the aggressive nature you need to get the flag out, because sometimes if you be just a little bit too soft, you'll miss the flag and they'll keep running.
Gilbert's going to line up for a 30-yard field goal attempt by Allison Bogle, the sophomore, right-footed kicker, end over end. It is up, and it is good.
Man, you got to be excited about that. Come on, man.
From 30 yards.
Oh, my God. Look at
Gilbert
that.
Gets on the board first.
We talked about a 40-yard field goal. You get a couple yards. This is the smart part about a coach, right? Get the ball out of the hand, grab 3 or 4 or 5 yards, and then put him in kicking position, and you're up 3.
Great way for the sophomore to get Gilbert some points on the board here in the 2nd quarter. Took almost a full quarter and a half before the first point scored here, and those points courtesy of Allison Bogle, a 30-yard field goal to get the Gilbert Tigers on the board here midway through the second quarter. Hamilton now with an answer. An unfamiliar position for the Huskies as the catch made by Kia Riley. They are not used to trailing at any point in games.
Not how you want, not when you watch what they did last year and how many points they scored. But this is a good thing for this team right now. You watch the team like really be methodical about how they did in Gilbert and what they was able to do and go down and kick a field goal. Now it's time to come out and make big plays and be smart with the football and try to get it into the end zone.
From the 19-yard line, Phillips to the far side. Catch made again by Riley, who makes a move to the inside. Still on her feet, dodging defenders, crossing the 40 for a first down and a gain to the 43-yard line.
What a smart play, just to get the ball. Again, maybe they took a book out of their page, get the ball to your athletes pretty fast, let them do some stuff with their feet and their agility, and you saw that right on that play there. She drops her hip. That's one of like the most slickest little things they do in flag football. God, wish I was that talented.
Once upon a time, yes, you were.
I was ducking and getting to the ground. I went ducking. These hips would have mean nothing.
Here's a first down pass play, and Hamilton finds themselves into Gilbert territory for the first time here tonight. So back-to-back good plays by the junior, Kia Riley. On the receiving end, Marley Phillips, back-to-back plays.
Remember I told you at home we're watching. Now see, now they're in that 4 across. Before the last couple plays, they was in a 3-zone defense. Now they're back to that 4 cross defense they were in before. So the coaches are making adjustments. The Gilbert Tigers are.
2nd and 6. Phillips with time. Now runs downhill. Gets the first down. Still on her feet and crosses the 35. Stopped at the 34-yard line, but a run for a first down to move the chains.
Now that was slick. That's eye candy right there. Cover. They faked the defense. Looked like they was in a full cross. Once she said hike, they went to a cover 3, back to the zone defense. Safety goes to the middle field. Marley reads it, sees that there's an opening. She goes for the run. I mean, that's just good. That's good play. That's good chess match right there.
A state record 69 touchdown passes, but as dangerous with her legs is Marley Phillips. 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Phillips again with time, sliding the pocket, dumps it short, and that ball, they say catch, no, incomplete. Thought maybe Jalen Guerrero had it and then dropped it, but incomplete pass.
Coach Stone is the offense creator on the varsity boys football team, so you know one thing he knows about offense. He's going to come up with some pretty good plays to get this offense rolling.
2nd and 13 here for Hamilton. Just their 2nd possession of the first half. And it's a direct snap. And running with the football is let's see. That long hair.
That long hair.
Yeah.
That beautiful hair won't give you a chance, brother.
But a good play call by Hamilton,
yes,
just to give Gilbert a little bit of a different look here to kind of make it 3rd and manageable here for Hamilton.
Yeah. The difference between what Hamilton's doing and what Gilbert's doing, they're only rushing. Gilbert's rushing 1 against the quarterback, and what we was watching before, we saw Hamilton rushing 2 to try to get to the quarterback. Put more pressure on her, made her get the ball out, but watching Marley have a little bit more time to kind of pick and choose between what receiver to throw it to. So this is going to be a good decision between what they're going to come up with.
4th down play call here for Hamilton at the Gilbert 23-yard line. So it's 4th and 3. Fake the handoff. Phillips, little flip to Taylor Jenkins, gets the first down. And it'll be 1st and goal here for Hamilton as they convert on 4th and short.
Yeah. You got to keep the chains moving. These guys, Hamilton has to kind of get in that red zone everywhere where they can put pressure on this defense to try to get into that end zone. They're probably definitely in field goal range right now, but more importantly, they got to keep running this offense to give themselves a chance to get into the end zone.
We hit 2 minutes to go in the first half. So a good drive here for Hamilton, but as you mentioned, you've got to come away with points. And as you look with 2 minutes to go, all 3 of your timeouts, clock will stop now instead of a running clock inside of 2 minutes. But with this offense and how potent we've seen it over the past couple of years, you know Matt Stone wants to have a touchdown going into the locker room with the lead.
Yeah, this is it's got to be some good play calling right here, and the girls got to. More importantly, they got to come up with the play. They got to make the catch.
And there it is.
There you go.
There's the play. Did she get in? No. Down at the 1 yard line is Kia Riley. Quick flag pull by the Gilbert defense. But on first down, you get 17 yards. Very
quick decision by the quarterback. Like just pre-snap read, you can tell she knew exactly what she was going to do, what Marley was going to do. As long as the receiver got open, she was going to make that throw.
High snap. Phillips throws near side. The ball is caught by Taylor Jenkins for the touchdown. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Phillips to Taylor Jenkins.
That's a very nice route. They saw one-on-one coverage. Taylor Jenkins comes up and run a slant, goes and pulls back out. We call that a pig route, pigtail. Go out, come in and go back out. Great catch, great throw by the quarterback. First touchdown of the season for this combination.
Yeah, a dangerous combination in 2024. They hooked up 39 times as far as touchdowns last year. Now for the PAT.
I get shivers when you say that, 39 touchdowns. Oof.
The kick is good to extend the lead to 7-3 here for Hamilton with 1:27 to go. I mean, 39 touchdown catches. That's a season and a half. That's your career.
Little league, high school, playground, backyard, everything. That's my career. Now, this is what's just turning out to a really good game. Like, both teams are figuring each other out. Both coaches are savvy, smart. One team has a lot of returning players, another one don't. But one has a little bit more athleticism and a pedigree of winning the championship last year. This is the moment where 1 minute and 27 seconds to go in the half, and they just got to go back to making plays.
From the 14-yard line again, no kickoffs in girls flag football. You put it at the 14-yard line, 1st and 6, and there is Riley Gaylord had it and then dropped it. I think she was thinking about what to do before she had really secured the football, and falls incomplete with 1:17 to go in the first half.
When you have that much ability like she does have, some of us tend to make those mistakes. Look, we're 2 steps ahead of once catching the ball. We're already made our moving decision. So, but you got to come down with the play.
Here's the handoff to Jalen Guerrero, working the right side, trying to hit the edge, and the flag pulled after a short gain. Demi Woods, the 3-year starter, with the stop.
We're watching 2 different defenses. Hamilton's defense rushing two people to get the ball out the quarterback's hand. And then we're watching the back end of when Gilbert goes on defense. They're only rushing 1, so Marley has a little bit more time to pick and choose who she wants to throw to. Hamilton's trying to put pressure on the quarterback to make sure she gets the ball out of her hand, because they know she's a very good passer, and she has very good, talented receivers to catch that ball.
3rd and 3. Barton, pressure, running, looking for that first down marker, and she gets run out of bounds. Gets the first down, more importantly, stops the clock with 31 seconds to play. And again, Gilbert with all 3 timeouts to work with here to maybe get in position to try a field goal and cut into that Hamilton lead.
Yeah, smart decision by the quarterback. They only rushed, Hamilton only rushed 1 that time. They were playing man-to-man and in the backfield, and so she made a smart decision.
From the 29-yard line, Barton, quick pass is nearly intercepted, actually closer to Jada Hill than the intended receiver. Unfortunate for Barton that ball was dropped.
I believe once you see that pressure, this is the difference, right? Pressure on the quarterback, a little bit more, make her get the ball out of her hand faster. Sometimes you're going to get that errant throw. I'm pretty sure coach would have wanted her to come up with the interceptions, and therefore that would have been a massive turn of events.
So 27 seconds left, 2nd and 11 from the 29-yard line here for Gilbert. They trail it 7-3. Hamilton rushes 2, and the quick flag pull as the pass is completed to Reagan Rogers. With the clock still moving, Gilbert appears to be content with going into the locker room with a 7-3 deficit.
Yeah, but the way they've been playing has been pretty special. Like they've been controlling the ball for the most part, most of the game. They've been effective and efficient, exactly what they've been wanting to do offensively. I even say that defensively because the way you've been watching them play, they've been changing it up. This is a high-power scoring offense in Hamilton, and they haven't let them just go down and score. You have to make them make plays, make them beat you with the dumping the ball off, and then if you get a big play, great. But more, I like what I'm watching out of Gilbert and how they're attacking offensively and defensively versus Hamilton.
Gilbert last season 9-5. One of those losses to this Hamilton team. It was a game that score-wise looks very lopsided, and it was 41-0. But talk with Gilbert head coach Brian Winstead, things just got away from them in the second half. Just a lot of the details were not where they needed to be, and the execution wasn't there. But thought they played decent in the first half, and then in the second half, Hamilton was just too much. But a year later, a much different story here in the first half. Just a 7-3 deficit facing Gilbert in the final seconds of the first half. Two-person rush underneath. Little give to Gaylord, middle of the field. Passes the 50 and stopped there. Nearly broke that one for a long game, maybe even a touchdown as the final play of the first half. That's got to give Gilbert some confidence going into the locker room, even though the drive stalls.
It really does. Like the plays they're calling, the hook and ladder. How about that? The hook and ladder. Really good play, almost executed to perfection. But you got to be happy about what you're doing offensively and defensively with the Gilbert Tigers.
7-3 in favor of the Hamilton Huskies. The one touchdown in the first half. Marley Phillips, a 1-yard dart to Samaya Taylor-Jenkins. Again, we mentioned it, they hooked up 39 times in 2024. First time here in 2025. A very well-played first half. A couple of penalties against the Huskies defense, but overall, if you're both coaches, should be satisfied with what they saw in the first 2 quarters. As we go down to the field, Danny Sarek standing by with Hamilton head coach Matt Stone.
Coach, a defensive battle took you to that final drive to get in the end zone. What more do you need to see from your offense?
It's our defense right now because we can't get them off the field. So giving up 3-4 first downs a drive, we can't get a rhythm on offense if we're never on offense. So I think they held the ball for about 11 minutes of the 12-minute first quarter and about half the second quarter. So really our defense has to give our offense better field position. We'll drive the ball, but we just got to get them off quickly. A better recognition of the short passes underneath, and then we can get them off the field.
What's your message to your defense going to be in the locker room?
Be aggressive, but also be aware of what's behind you and take up the underneath routes and hold them to 2 yards and not the 6 or 7 because that doesn't add up. That's going to get them first downs if we don't.
Appreciate the time, Coach.
Yes. All right.
Craig?
Appreciate it, Danny. Yeah, the one thing about Hamilton, they can score a lot of points, but Matt Stone, defensive-minded head coach. He wants his team to be as strong as possible as a defensive team can be. Right now, yes, you've held Gilbert to just a field goal, but not quite satisfied, but no coach is, especially in these first 2 quarters. We go to halftime here. Hamilton leading Gilbert by the score of 7-3. Taylor-Jenkins on the receiving end of the 1 touchdown in the first half here.
Welcome back into Gilbert High School, where the Hamilton Huskies have a 7-3 lead. It's been a defensive battle as we get ready for the second half here. Coming up, the defending 6A champs with that 4-point lead. I'm Danny Sarek, and I'm joined by Cardinals linebacker Cody Simon. Cody, your first time out at an Arizona girls flag football game, because as a rookie, so you're new to Arizona. What are your first impressions out here?
You know, it's really awesome out here. I mean, the competition is really fierce here, and you know, it's a really great defensive battle. So I'm loving it, really. I love defense. I love getting to watch them compete, and it's a great time out here.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the defense then, because this has been a defensive battle. I mean, Hamilton didn't get on the board until their final drive, and Gilbert with just those 3 points in the kick. What's impressed you most about Hamilton's defense, which has Asia Denson, actually Cardinals running backs coach Audrey Denson's daughter?
Yeah, I mean, I think both sides have been doing really well. I think, you know, they've been making the teams drive the field. I think that's a big part. No big plays, and you know, I think both sides are really doing that well. I think Hamilton has a really good quarterback, and they're pretty much limiting her to really just dinking and dunking down the field. So it's been really good battle so far.
You and I were chatting a little on the sideline just about the growth of flag football as a whole, even in your home state of New Jersey. What is something like this, not only the growth of flag football, but this broadcast and the recognition do for the growth of the sport, and in turn, it's the growth of the NFL?
Yeah, I think it's great for everyone involved, really. I think it gets people outside, gets people active, and, you know, really, this is really high-level competition. They're playing hard. I think one of the ladies out here is ranked in the country, like top 10 in the country or something like that. So, you know, this is really good ball. I mean, I love watching people compete, and, you know, this is what you want to see. And, you know, there's a lot of people out here to watch this great game, and, you know, it's a good event so far. You
actually had a pretty nice comparison for Hamilton's quarterback, Marley Phillips. You said she reminded you of Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills with her arm.
A little bit. She had a shovel pass on a scramble. I mean, I've only seen a couple quarterbacks really do that. Kyler does it a little bit too, but she's pretty tall up there, so. Good comparison, I think.
And as a linebacker, you've got your eye on those sort of things.
Yeah.
It's probably not fun to defend. Well, let's talk a little bit about your team, the Cardinals, 2-0. Now, what does the start like that do for a team mentally of all the work you've done in the offseason, right? All that preparation it's paying off from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is always just to go 1-0 each week. And so every day you just try to do as much as you can to really secure that, and, you know, just prepare yourself for Sunday and going out and do your job.
As a rookie, what's been the biggest lesson you've learned so far on the field?
It's one day at a time, one play at a time, I think. You know, this game is so complex, and, you know, just being able to reset yourself after every play, I think, is the biggest thing for me. And just learning from all the older guys and all the veterans out there, it's been a great time.
First of 2 back-to-back divisional matchups this week in San Francisco against the 49ers. It's San Francisco's home opener. That add a little bit of juice to your team of wanting to go in and get that win on the road?
Oh, for sure. I mean, being on the road is always a thing I love to do anyway. And, you know, you get to go in the division rival and really go and show your team and, you know, how strong you can really be. And I think it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a great game, and we're going to go out and give our best.
Cody, appreciate the time. Appreciate you being out here. We're just moments away from the second half kicking off between Hamilton and Gilbert. Hamilton enters the second half with a 7-3 lead. Stay with us.
At the half here at Gilbert, where the Tigers trail Hamilton by the score of 7-3 as we welcome you back. Getting set for second half action. Craig Riolu, former Cardinals wide receiver. Frank Sanders to my right here. An entertaining, well-played first half. Yes, not a lot of scoring, just the one touchdown, but sound defense being played by both of these teams. And that is something that I think both of these coaches expected, considering a lot of the players, key players, are returning. This was a big play that was negated because of a penalty on the opening drive by Hamilton. And then Gilbert responded, getting into field goal range. Lila Barton looking, finding different pass catchers, and good defense by Samaya Taylor-Jenkins on that to set up the 30-yard field goal.
Both teams have been very efficient and effective offensively and defensively. The game plans are working. Of course, Coach Matt, as he said earlier, for halftime, he said he wanted to try to get Gilbert off the field a little bit earlier, but they're making plays, offensive, defense. Both quarterbacks are doing exactly what we expected them to do.
Kia Riley with back-to-back catches to set up the touchdown toss. Marley Phillips to Samaya Taylor-Jenkins, the first of what will be, yes, many touchdown connections between those two. 39 receptions for a score by Taylor-Jenkins last year. 69 touchdown passes by Marley Phillips as a freshman. She's a sophomore now. So you've got a returning quarterback who completed almost 72% of her pass attempts last season. But a defensive battle. Yes, offense wins games, defense wins championships. Hamilton, the defending state champs. Gilbert wants to get there, and here they are in a slugfest through the first two quarters.
I thought you said it best earlier. The best way, the best defense is to keep the other team's offense off the football field.
7-3 is our score. Hamilton leading Gilbert. We'll take a timeout. Second half straight ahead. In the East Valley, a gorgeous Tuesday evening. A little warm still, not quite true football weather, but it is cooling down a little bit here as we near the month of October. Our season premiere of the Arizona Cardinals girls high school flag football game of the week. Hamilton leading Gilbert by the score of 7-3. There you see the 8-game schedule between now and November. Very excited. Year 2 of the Arizona Cardinals, the first team in the NFL to fully produce and broadcast girls high school flag football.
Pretty special, my man. Like I said before, I thank the Cardinals for that. This is a growing sport. It's going to be in the Olympics. But more importantly, you get to watch the talent develop, to watch the girls grow into this game that we call football. But they're falling in love with it. Their athleticism is to be admired.
Third year as a sanctioned sport here in Arizona. 4 conferences in 2025 compared to 2 in 2023. You've got 6A, 5A, 4A, and 3A. And as you mentioned, in Olympic sports in 2028, this is, if not the fastest growing sport, one of the fastest growing sports, not only here in Arizona, but across the country. Earlier this summer, Hamilton was in Canton, Ohio for a national tournament involving 8 different state champions. They went 3-1 in those 4 games over 2 days. Coach Matt Stone felt it was a great learning experience, even knowing how to deal with a loss after going undefeated in 2024. So yes, this is something that is not just an Arizona sport, but and not even here in the U.S., but it's become worldwide.
No, it really is, man. This is I just marvel at the growth of the game. I'm impressed with the sponsorship, the love of the game, and just how well the young ladies have taken to it. But if you get a chance to be on primetime television, that's going to grow the game even more, and it's just a great look all around.
Hamilton football to begin the second half, and it's a deep pass play over the middle and incomplete. Receiver open and off the fingertips of Athena Vasquez, the freshman. That's one Hamilton's going to want back.
It really is. Hamilton came out ready to fire. Like we talked, 7-3 is not what we expected the score to be. They got the horses over there to go out and make plays. The athletes go out and make plays. They did it on the first play, and unfortunately just came up with a drop.
So 2nd and 6. Remember, you got to get to the 20-yard line in flag football. Phillips with time. Downfield, she throws it, and it's incomplete. 2 receivers in the area, Asia Denson and Samaya Taylor-Jenkins, and 2 deep shots fall incomplete here to begin quarter number 3.
I didn't expect that. I just didn't expect them to come out and start dropping balls. Marley's, she's giving them every chance to make a play, and they're just not making the plays right now. But again, this is the first game of the season. Coming out of halftime, like when you watch NFL, they go out of preseason. They go out the first quarter, they look one way, they got to go through halftime to come out again. This is just the first game of the season. I'm pretty sure those jitters are, they'll overcome those in a second here too.
Phillips with time, slides to her left, steps up, throws, the pass is caught for a first down. Passing the 30 is Vasquez, eluding defenders for a couple more yards, and a big 3rd down pickup by Hamilton.
Yeah, you got to keep the chains moving. Coach said best way to get for Gilbert was to get them off the field, but we got to stay on the field in order to get ourselves a chance, Huskies, to get themselves a chance to kind of control the clock, to have ball management, and also to go down and score some touchdowns.
Gain of 14 on the play. Freshman center.
Great bounce back.
Wants to go deep. As Denson makes the catch at the 40, sprinting downfield, 30, 20, 10, Denson at the 5, Denson into the end zone for a touchdown. They kept airing it out until they found Paydirt, and it's Asia Denson with a huge play early in the second half.
Wow. I mean, just look at it from the start to the finish. That's exactly how you want it to happen. That arm, man, you just got to fall in love with that arm. She could throw it 30 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards downfield. But great catch. Again, we saw the team drop 2 balls earlier. Like I said, just give them a second. They'll overcome that, and now look at them. They're in the end zone.
67-yard catch and run. Gisson Autry, very proud of his daughter. The running backs coach for the Arizona Cardinals, watching his daughter run into the end zone for 6.
This team doesn't lack speed or ability. They just got to get more opportunities. They took advantage of the opportunity. Beautiful call by the coach to come out and spread the offense, allow them to get out there and get past the defense, and they did that.
The PAT is up and good by the freshman Tatum Johnson, and Hamilton has extended its lead to 14-3 early in the 3rd quarter. 3 deep shots. First 2 fall incomplete, and head coach Matt Stone says, no, we're going to keep forcing the issue. It's eventually going to hit, and it did.
I think the adjustments were made on one end of the football field, and I think the Huskies did that by running go routes. The first part of the game, when we saw in the first half, first quarter, they would throw underneath routes. And then now you see these guys, they went out and made the adjustments. That's what it's about the second half of football. Coaches got to make adjustments, and you can see that the Huskies did that thus far.
How does Gilbert answer here on its first possession of the second half? Trailing now 14-3. Snap gets behind Barton. And the ball falls. They blow that play dead. No, it's a drop on the exchange. Once that ball hits the ground, play is dead, and that is a loss back inside the 5-yard line.
That was one of the concerns about not having the kickoff compared to if you just start on the 14-yard line, 15?
14-yard line. And there are no fumbles. The ball hits the ground. Its play is dead. So now backed up, and Barton from her own end zone. Pressured, throws it short underneath, and it's dropped by Jasmine Guerrero. There is a penalty flag on the play. Again, our referee is Randy Ross.
This is not how, look, tell the two sides, right? One side comes out, Hamilton does, and they start dropping the ball. That's not what you want. Then you start making plays. The backside of it is now Gilbert gets the chance, and they're just not executing the way they want to offensively. The transition from coming out of halftime, this is the growth of a football team, and what does the coach say to get them back to focus and to get them back to playing the football they did in the first quarter?
Penalty decline, so 3rd and 16 for Gilbert as they spread it. 2-by-3 set, dropped, and that near the goal line, and that is a safety. Lila Barton arguing that she was outside the end zone, but the referee immediately signaled safety, 2 points, Hamilton. We'll see after discussion if that is indeed the case here. But the snap a little high and hard, and Barton couldn't hang on to it.
Ball was on the 1-yard line, though, when it hit the ground. So more than likely she might get. Do they have instant replay?
We do.
We do, but
they don't. Talking about the officials.
Right. So you can see the ball drops on the inside part of the goal line. So she's absolutely right. She wasn't in the end zone, stepping in the end zone, but the ball dropped on the other side of the goal line.
Yeah, they are going to say Barton was outside of the end zone, barely. So now on 4th down, it's going to be Gilbert punting about 4 or 5 yards deep in their own end zone, and catching it at the 32-yard line is Denson. She laterals it to Taylor Jenkins, who might have gotten an extra yard or so, but excellent starting field position here for Hamilton as we play with under 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, you got to get now as a coach, you got to get your head wrapped around what just took place on offense, but you got to switch it quick. Got to go back to the defensive game plan you had earlier. Of course, the first drive was something that Hamilton wanted to happen. Of course, that's what they want to make play. But you got to regroup yourself now. Come out, go back to the defense you was doing. Be smart, be intelligent. Try to finish. Get yourself in a position where you can make a play to turn the tide around a little bit.
From the Gilbert 28-yard line, Phillips with time throws over the middle. The ball is incomplete, right through the arms of Kia Riley. She was already looking and thinking end zone. Meanwhile, all the way back near the line of scrimmage, got a Hamilton Husky player shaken up. And that is senior Casey Mathis, who was blocking on the play, not setting a screen. You can't block, but setting a screen. Her arms were behind her, and there was some contact, and she goes down.
Yeah, that's one of those, again, that's the part of the game that you wish you can kind of put your hands on a little bit, kind of protect yourself a little bit, but you can't. You only can shadow. Not a good moment. Here's another thing. She dropped the ball, right?
Yep.
That would have been another catch. So I'm pretty sure coach is over there talking to his team about staying focused, how to making sure you get it when you get the opportunity, make sure you complete it.
When it comes to protecting the quarterback as far as running interference, if you will. You can set a screen to get in the way of the pass rush or would-be tacklers. You can't move when you're setting that screen. You can't use your hands, and you can't initiate contact. And Mathis did not initiate the contact. Just good defense, and almost like in the NBA, block charge, what's your call? And she seemed to have position as she is now up and needing assistance to get to the sideline.
Looked like her leg just kind of got caught. Maybe they bumped knees at that moment. And I know for a fact, bumping knees together, it's like hitting your elbow, that little inner piece part of your elbow. And they call it a funny bone, but why you're still crying, I don't understand.
Hopefully Casey Mathis will be okay. Meanwhile, play about to resume here. 2nd and 8 for Hamilton at the Gilbert 28. Throw across the middle. The pass is caught by Athena Vasquez. Tries to elude the first defender. Can't, but gains the 3 yards.
Let's get back to the basic part of the offense. You know, draw them in a little bit. Let we dump the ball underneath. Then hopefully they'll come in. That'll give them a chance to throw the ball over top. These are just the adjustments the coaches are making. We saw that in the first drive with Hamilton. Gave them a little dump, try to get the ball over the field. Then you get the deep ball. This is what they're going to, hopefully I'm thinking they were expecting that same thing.
Already one Hamilton touchdown earlier in the quarter, a 67-yard catch and run by Asia Denson. Hamilton looking for more. 3rd down. Phillips steps up, throws over the middle, pass is caught for a 1st down, and in gaining yards after the catch is Kia Riley, securing the football to move the sticks.
You got to like the offense right now, right? Just being efficient, effective, not trying to be too greedy. Take what they give you. And if they give you the underneath route, you got to take it. But more importantly, you got to catch it.
Most important thing before you can do anything else, secure the football. 1st and goal, Hamilton at the 16-yard line. Phillips with time. Eludes the rush and then throws incomplete. Nearest player in the area was Caden Kistler, the freshman running back, but could not make the connection.
That was really good pressure by the defense, though. Like that defensive line pressure to get in front of Marley. That was really good. Make her throw the ball away. Good decision by the quarterback not to get aggressive and throw it to an interception or make a bad play. Just throw it away. But the pressure alone was done and properly.
Hamilton keeping 2 blockers in front of the quarterback. 2nd down. Phillips with time, throws towards the end zone. The ball is caught for the score.
That's a rifle.
Kia Riley with the catch and the 16-yard touchdown. Hamilton extends its lead.
Just unfair. Can I say that? No, it's not. She is just so talented. Backing up going to the left side and sling that thing on the back of her back foot to the right side. Just a hosel of her arm. She can make every throw on the run, set. It's a beautiful thing to watch, especially when you're watching it. And it's the execution part about it, right? She's timing her ability to throw the ball where it's in a good catchable position. It's perfect.
Tatum Johnson for the PAT. Perfect thus far and remains perfect, and it's now 21-3 in favor of Hamilton with 5:21 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll step aside. A timeout here from Gilbert. Marley Phillips with not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdown passes. The latest 16 yards to Kia Riley, and Hamilton has a 21-3 lead.
High School, where the Huskies have a 21-3 lead. Huskies getting into the end zone. Just really impressive play by this offense that seems to be rolling on all cylinders now in the third quarter. Gilbert head coach Brian Winstead was talking to me earlier this week about the consistency he has, not just on his team with the players, the coaching staff as well. This year, he's challenging everyone to be more consistent and to finish better. He wants them to take it to the next level. That's why he's preaching TNT, things that take no talent. That means being present, on time, and being coachable, which in turn makes his players recruitable. And so when you have that type of consistency, Craig, that's how he is taking his team to the next level, by working on a lot of those intangibles.
A lot of details, and detail-oriented is Brian Winstead. Appreciate that. Danny is now the Gilbert offense trailing by 18 here after a couple of third quarter scores by Hamilton. Lila Barton throws short. Jasmine Guerrero sticks the football out to maybe gain a little extra yard or two. But right now, if you're Gilbert and you see that score, and all of a sudden, much like last year's meeting, Frank, when it got away from Gilbert against Hamilton in that 41-0 loss, no need to panic, and as you see them huddling up, still running what they do best.
Yeah, you can't let that happen right now. You just got to go back to running your offense. There's still a lot of time on the clock. A couple plays here or there, big plays. You can find yourself in the end zone pretty fast. They can't panic right now. This is the first game of the season. They've done an excellent job the first half. They just got to get back into that same momentum mindset of that they want to come out and make plays and be effective.
Barton, pressure, dumps it short. Riley Gaylord with the catch, and immediately the flag is pulled near the line of scrimmage.
Hamilton hasn't stopped. They still have desired to bring pressure with two people. They want to get the ball out of her hand pretty fast, out of Ms. Barton's hands pretty fast, and they're doing that. So they're sticking to their game plan. It's up to Gilbert to make the adjustment and allow themselves to kind of start throwing that ball down the field to kind of put pressure on the backside of this defense.
Gilbert staring at a 3rd and 16 here from their own 24-yard line. Hamilton rushes 2. Plenty of time to throw. Pass caught. Jasmine Guerrero with the grab, and that is enough for a first down. No, excuse me, short of the first down, as they spotted at the 38, a pickup of 14, but they gained a huge chunk play to make it 4th and manageable.
Yeah, that was just good protection by for the quarterback. Gave her a little bit more time, but she could make the throw. The receivers can get downfield. That was good execution offensively right there.
Offense staying on the field here. They have to, trailing 21-3. Here comes a quick blitz, and flag is pulled, and that is a sack. Good defense by Hamilton. Bursting through the line, Demi Woods, the junior 3-year starter, right between, splits the defenders, the blockers, and pulls the flag for the sack and a turnover on downs.
I got to be honest, I'm not sure about that play in that formation in that moment. Like, again, that's not something that it looked more like a running play than a designed running play with everyone that crunched up or bunched up formation. It looked like that again. As fast as the defense is getting pressure on the quarterback, that kind of stuff will happen if it's not executed properly.
Yeah, Demi showing her quickness there. The Hamilton offense back on the field, taking over at the Gilbert 30-yard line. Already 2 touchdown tosses in this third quarter for Marley Phillips. She's got the football, looking left, throws sideline, the ball incomplete. Asia Denson had it, and it just, excuse me, that is Samaya with the rare drop.
Very rare drop, but it happens. I mean, that's just one of those ones where I know she's going to look back and say, man, I can't be dropping balls. I got to catch everyone that comes to me. This is what made this offense explosive. When you go back and watch film, they didn't drop many balls. Again, this is the first game of the year. You can expect some things not to go well.
So 2nd and 10. Here comes pressure. Pass out, and it is caught by Vasquez. And the flag pulled inside the 25-yard line. penalty, though, back in the backfield, and that is going to be roughing the passer against Gilbert. A little bit too aggressive on the defense, and it's going to be an automatic first down for Hamilton.
That's the part where, again, this is still flag football. You can't be so aggressive. Even though you're trying to reach for the flag, you can't fall or put yourself in a position where you almost seem like you're tackling the quarterback.
But way to hang in there, Marley Phillips, despite the pressure to get that football out. Catch made, now you tack on the penalty, and it sets up Hamilton 1st and goal at the 14-yard line.
The space might have gotten a little bit, like we talked about the red zone. They're typically in the red zone area right now. It's important that, again, Marley has to make good decisions. This window gets small, and you got to find your receiver, get the ball to the open receiver.
Here's Phillips stepping up. She'll run 10, and it gets to the 5-yard line before that flag is pulled at the 7-yard line. No one to throw to, so Marley Phillips tucks it and runs.
Yeah, good decision right there, right? We talked about that. You got to make good decisions. Defensive backs start backing up, trying to protect that end zone area. If you get an open field, she made a good decision and got a couple yards.
We hit the 1-minute mark of the third quarter. Hamilton looking to add to its 21-3 lead. Marley Phillips, the sophomore quarterback, has looked very good here in the second half.
I don't want to take anything for granted. The blocking, just the ability of the blockers to get in, to use their footwork, not to use their hands, to slide left and right, the agility that it takes to give her the time she needs. That's one of those. That's one of those. If you don't want to do drills, you need to do it so you make sure you're doing your part in the offense.
Kia Riley coming across the middle, makes the catch, gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Another 6 points added to the Hamilton lead, but a great route run by Riley. Breaks the tackle, gets into the end zone, and Hamilton once again on the board here in the third quarter.
This is the offense we thought we was going to see in the first half. And again, this is what it looks like when your team is considered to be the defending champions and you got other athletes you can replace them with. But the beauty of it is that they still have their starting quarterback. Marley Phillips is running this offense as a well-oiled machine, as best I could say it, because it's beautiful to watch how she's throwing the ball, getting the ball to receivers, catchable balls at that. Whether they catch it or not, she's doing her job and her part effectively.
PAT is good, and Hamilton has exploded for 21 third-quarter points here, and it was quick. I mean, it looks like a different Hamilton team here in this third quarter, and so you see why they've had so much success over the last couple of seasons.
7-3 at halftime, 28-3. It's just a massive change in the transition, but this is a good learning experience for Gilbert to make sure that they figure out what they need to do and how to become the version of the champions that they want to be.
Pass downfield, Jalen Guerrero had it and then dropped it, incomplete.
The Hamilton girls are playing very fast right now, offensively and defensively. It looks like they're not thinking. It looks like they're just out there playing. I don't know if that's a part of the TNT that we heard earlier, but I know for a fact it looks like they're playing fast.
The third quarter has come to an end. A quarter dominated by the Hamilton Huskies. 3 touchdown passes from sophomore quarterback Marley Phillips. 1 to Asia Denson, 2 to Kia Riley, and what was a 7-3 lead at half is now 28-3 after 3 quarters of play. Start of the fourth quarter here from Gilbert, home of the Gilbert Tigers. Speaking of the Gilbert Tigers, let's go down to the field. Danny Sarek with a interesting family story here involving the Tigers girls flag football team. Try to get back down to Danny here in a minute. A little bit of a mic issue down on the field, but this is a Gilbert Tigers team that now, forget about the score at this point, Frank. Can you finish this game strong, game number one, and build upon it towards not just the entire rest of the regular season, but towards next week?
No, without a doubt. The coach is definitely telling the girls to accept the challenge. You know, this is competition. This is it's not 7-on-7 anymore, practice. This is competition. And you're going against the champions, and you got to play a champion-level football.
Caden Kistler for the Hamilton Huskies getting into the backfield and pulling the flag for the sack. It is a quick Hamilton Huskies defense. Everyone wants to talk about the offense and the passing game, but this Huskies defense, very impressive here tonight.
Oh, it really is. Where the pressure they're getting on the quarterback. Remember, the first half, they was dumping the ball off 3 and 5 yards. Coach made the adjustment. What he said at halftime was, we got to get them off the football field. They're applying pressure. The defensive linemen are getting on to the quarterback very fast. She's holding a little bit longer, but there it is right there. Perfect, right? Give her a little bit of time, and she can make the throw.
Stayed in the pocket, found Jalen Guerrero upfield for a gain, but yeah, rushing 2 with just 1 in there in the backfield to kind of set the screen and run some interference puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
It really does. That's why I said when you look at the tale of 2 coins, right? One team has got two blockers with 1 rusher, and the other one has 1 rusher with 2 blockers. Like, this is the difference in it. You got to make those adjustments. This part right now, when you're watching Hamilton getting ready to get the ball back, you know what they want to do.
Jalen Guerrero punts it. It is fielded cleanly by Caden Kistler, running the downhill and setting up Hamilton once again with some excellent field position here in this fourth quarter. Third quarter that was dominated by Hamilton, and that Hamilton Huskies offense comes out on the field 1st and 15 at the 35-yard line of Gilbert.
We can say 14 of those points were created by the defense in the third quarter. And then, of course, we can say the first drive that Hamilton had, they went down and scored. That was good offensively. But the last 2 touchdowns, that was definitely created by defense, getting the ball back to the offense. And here this is with Hamilton with the opportunity to start another offensive series.
Here's a screen pass to Taylor Jenkins coming all the way across the middle of the field. Flag is pulled shy of the 30-yard line. Gilbert has done a nice job of slowing down Samaya Taylor Jenkins, but it's opened up Asia Denson. It's opened up Kia Riley. So, hey, take away your best player. Someone's got to step up. And for Hamilton, they've had a couple of different players step up.
That is what you want to see. You want to see somebody step up and take ownership of their opportunities, and Kia's done that wonderful, and Ava's done a wonderful job of that.
2nd and 10 for Hamilton. Phillips with time, throws it short, coming across the middle. Athena Vasquez makes the catch. Guerrero with the flag pull shy of the 25-yard line. They'll spot it at the 27, a 3-yard gain.
Let me point something out real quick. Just the adjustments of what Gilbert tried to do, which is give her a little eye candy to Marley. We saw that happen, but the beauty of it, they dropped everyone back for a zone, thinking they was getting ready to throw the ball deep. She immediately took the under route, the under receiver, and got the ball out of her hand pretty fast. Simple pitch and catch, but you got to respect what just happened just then.
And it gives Hamilton a 3rd and manageable here. Needs 7 yards for a first down. Aiming for the 20-yard line. Phillips with time, throws to the sideline. Kia Riley makes the catch, eludes a defender, keeps going, and she's into the end zone. Touchdown, Kia Riley, her 3rd of the game. Tremendous catch and run.
Just the athletic ability to do what she just did. I mean, to split the defenders is just that's that Barry Sanders kind of stuff. Her ability to split the defenders was pretty spectacular.
The 5th touchdown toss by Marley Phillips, and great elusiveness. And that is number 3, Kia Riley, with her 3rd touchdown reception.
We talked about taking Samaya Taylor-Jenkins out, but Kia said, "Get the ball to me, and I'll do the rest." This is an impressive style of offense that we're watching in the second half of what we think the state champions will look like. They have come out and dominated the second half offensively, and they made a major distinction between what they was in the first half to what they are in the second half.
Tatum Johnson for the PAT. Kick is up, and it is good. 35-3 in favor of Hamilton. The defending 6A state champs making an early statement here in this first game of 2025. And we talked before the game started about how difficult it is to repeat, because you get every team's best shot. And how do you keep that consistency and that hunger after already winning a state championship?
The way this second half is looking, I'm thinking that the coach chewed the girls out really well. He coached them up really well at halftime and told them certain things that were key points to make the adjustments that they've done, because they've come out and played the second half totally different than they did the first half. That is the Hamilton Huskies.
Pressure. Barton gets away, gets it off. Gaylord makes one defender miss, gets to the 21-yard line. Nice moves by Riley Gaylord to get the first down to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, that's a good play right there. Get the ball back into your best player's hand. Let him make some plays. Let him make some moves and get the ball up the field. Keep the chains moving. That's how they started the first quarter. Hopefully they can rekindle this offense and get it moving again.
2-by-2 set here on this first down pass play. Pressure coming, pass out. It is caught by Jasmine Guerrero, who makes the catch past the 30-yard line to the 31. Gain of 10 on the play. Speaking of Jasmine Guerrero, the family connection that the Gilbert Tigers have with the Guerrero family. Let's go back down to the field and hear from Danny Surek.
Big catch from Jasmine Guerrero. She is part of that family affair on the Gilbert sideline. Assistant coach J.D. Guerrero is her father, and she plays with her sister Jalen as well. And what's impressed head coach Brian Winstead is the way that J.D. does not favor Jasmine and Jalen. He coaches them all the same. Winstead says he is incredibly impressed with the work ethic of Jasmine and Jalen. He says they are working on speed and agility work outside of practice, both being multi-sport athletes, and they can also both lead. In fact, Jasmine is a team captain. She is their strong center who has impeccable snaps, is what Winstead says. They go to the chest. She's got good footwork and is a good route runner. And a little fun fact, Jalen has actually changed her number to number 5 this year for her older sister, Jalissa, who played as a Gilbert Tiger last year and is now playing soccer and flag football here in Mesa.
Yeah, the Guerrero family, the tradition with the Gilbert Tigers and girls flag football. Appreciate that, Danny. A year ago, you had 3 Guerreros on the varsity team. From the 31-yard line, third down, pass play. Barton throws over the middle, pass is caught by Jasmine Guerrero, crosses the 40, and that's a first down, another 10-yard pickup. However, there is a penalty flag on the play. At least I thought there was a flag on the play. Well, we'll go with the 10-yard gain. More importantly, Gilbert's offense stays on the football field.
Accepting the challenge. The blockers are doing a great job giving our quarterback a little time, going back to the dink and dunk offense. Hopefully by doing that, they'll sneak a little play in here where Hamilton sneaks up and they'll throw the ball deep, but you got to have time to be able to do that.
From the 31-yard line, 3-by-1 set here for Gilbert. Here's the pass backwards. to Gaylord. Instead runs, makes one defender miss, a second, and then the flag pulled at the 45-yard line. Looked like, again, she wanted to throw the football but thought better of it. No one open, so she gained 4 yards.
Yeah, again, trying to find a little trickery in there a little bit just to see if they'll take the bait. Hamilton did not do that, so you got to go out and make a play, be an athlete.
Mentioned earlier that a year ago she had a touchdown receiving, rushing, and 1 passing, so she can throw the football. From the 45-yard line, fakes the pitch. Barton stretches out, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and avoids the sack. No gain on the rush, but again, Caden Kistler getting into the backfield real fast, and that time able to get the quarterback down without a gain, as Gilbert calling its first timeout here, stopping the clock with 4:41 to go in the ball game. It has been all Hamilton here in the second half. The defending state champs have a 35-3 lead here in the first game of 2025. Tuesday night here in Gilbert, and the visiting Hamilton Huskies dominating the second half. 4 touchdown throws by Marley Phillips, 3 to Kia Riley. Hamilton, the defending state champs, lost 15 players from last year's team, including 11 seniors to graduation, but they have picked up where they left off in that win over Red Mountain for the state championship. Third down pass play is complete at midfield.
I did a triple, I'm too good.
Catch is made by Reagan Rogers, and it sets up a 4th down situation for Gilbert.
Gilbert's been being very effective and efficient. We talked about, watching them come out and regain just the confidence they had in the first half of the game, to have it at 7-3 versus the state champions. Then the second half, it looks like just they got rolled over, but they haven't been playing good. Now this drive looks like they've kind of got their composure again, and they're playing very well.
Screen pass to Gaylord. She throws to Barton. She's got the first down at the 39-yard line. Nice play design, nice play execution for the first down.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this team looks like this second half, this second version of this Gilbert Tigers that come out in the fourth quarter. They look like they mean business. They're executing their offense. They're finding each other rhythm. And I don't know what was the difference in the third quarter, but it looks like a totally different offense in the fourth quarter.
If you can finish this drive with points, preferably a touchdown, and you give yourself something positive to walk off the field here tonight. First down, Barton directing traffic, dumps it short, and incomplete. Was looking once again for Reagan Rogers, but incomplete on the throw as we hit the 3-minute mark here in this fourth quarter.
Hamilton's in that position of bend, don't break. They still want to make plays. But, I mean, I'm watching the way Gilbert's controlling the offense. It looks really well. Like they're doing what they want to do right now. Whatever decisions they made, whatever the offense coordinator is calling, it's working. But the girls are making the plays. They're actually, balls being thrown to them, they're completing it. The blockers are putting a little more effort into it, as we was just saying.
Yes. Unfortunate drop by Mara Stokovic there. You talk about Gilbert and that loss to Hamilton a year ago. Yeah, it was one-sided, but Gilbert responded. The game was in mid-October. Gilbert responded with a 6-game winning streak and able to get themselves into the playoffs. And now, yes, this is game 1, but still, you can learn a lot, preferably after a win, but certainly in a loss as well. It worked a year ago. We'll see what happens this year for Gilbert. Hit the 2-minute warning and a sack as the whistle is blown dead before the pass is thrown. I believe that's the 3rd or 4th sack for this Huskies defense. Brooke Dove, the senior transfer from Maryland, getting into the backfield, and that is it's an 11-yard loss. Excuse me, a 6-yard loss.
You can see a little bit of the frustration of it because like this, Layla really wants to just be she wants to just be able to throw the ball because she wants to show arm strength off. She has the ability to do all that, but she just don't have the time. And again, that's the beauty of it. I mean, when you're watching the adjustments made by one coach and another coach, the pressure that Hamilton's putting on her is a little stress, putting stress on the offense. So when you don't see it executing as properly or as well as you want it to be, then you kind of look at why is that taking place?
It is 4th down, and Gilbert's going to call a timeout and talk things over here with 1:08 to go in the ball game. And a little frustration there on the Gilbert sideline. A promising drive, though, and now you're looking at 4th down.
There might be an unsportsmanlike on that.
The season premiere of the Arizona Cardinals girls high school flag football game of the week. You look at the rules. 4 12-minute quarters. You have 4 downs to advance to the next zone. And the field is marked off by the 20. So you got to get to the 20 to the 40, 40, 20 on the football field. And the new rule, and a little bit of an oddity as far as how games are started, no more kickoffs. The first half, second half, ball begins at the 14-yard line, 1st and 6. And after scores, the ball is placed at the 14-yard line, so they have eliminated the kickoff. Yes, there are still punts, but just no more kickoffs here in 2025.
Unsportsmanlike.
Against Hamilton, so what was a 4th and 25, now all of a sudden, if you're Gilbert, you need to take advantage of this again. Try to get some points on the points on the scoreboard here. So not an automatic 1st down, but it is automatic. Changing the down marker is automatic 1st down. Fresh set of downs here. See if they can't capitalize. They can't. Ball picked off by Jada Hill. First turnover of the game. The takeaway by the senior ends the Gilbert drive.
Just a disappointing end of that drive when you had an opportunity. Got fresh air breathed into you because of an unsportsmanlike penalty by the Hamilton Huskies, and then you get a 1st down and put a little pressure on it. I told you that pressure changes everything from high school with the men varsity or the pros. It doesn't make a difference. Pressure on a quarterback makes them do a little bit. They hurry up a little bit more than they wanted to, and the interception is the end result.
And that's going to make head coach Matt Stone happy. The takeaway, something that he talked with us about this week as far as seeing his defense with some more takeaways, and they've got their first of 2025 as we play with under a minute to go. No rush by Gilbert. Harley Phillips will just take a knee and content to have the clock run out on this one. Competitive first half, and then again that 3rd quarter. And early in the fourth quarter, like the switch was turned on for this Hamilton offense, and credit started with the defense, as you noted, Frank, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, a 7-3 lead is 35-3, almost in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, the champions became champions in the second quarter, like they really did. I got to go back to saying what Coach said at the halftime was he was seemed pretty pissed off. If I can say that on air, I mean, just for the fact that he wasn't happy with his offense, with his defense, a lot of the way Gilbert was able to stay on the field. He wanted them to play with intensity in the second half, and I think they made those adjustments, and they got smarter, better, and more efficient offensively.
It is a final. The Hamilton Huskies begin defense of their 6A state championship with a win, knocking off the home team Gilbert Tigers by the score of 35-3. An impressive showing on both sides of the football for Hamilton. Yes, offensively, Marley Phillips with 5 touchdown tosses, 3 to Kia Riley. But it began with the defense, the pressure on Lila Barton, the Gilbert Tigers quarterback, and a lot of mistakes, a lot of short, quick possessions by Gilbert in the second half, not being able to sustain drive, stay on the football field, get into position to where they could mount any kind of a comeback.
The better team showed up in the second half. It just looked like the ones who wanted it more, they were efficient, they were effective. Whatever the corrections that the coach made, they made the adjustments. They went out and made plays. And you got to tip your hats off to the state champions, the former last year's state champions, and now they get to celebrate.
Yeah, celebrates on the road. As we say, difficult to win on the road. Hamilton showed no difficulty, especially in the second half here, winning 35-3. We'll take a timeout, come back with our player of the game in this first game of 2025.
The Hamilton Huskies start the season 1-0, winning 35-3 over the Gilbert Tigers. As we welcome you back in to Gilbert High School, and I am joined now by Kia Riley. And Kia, you have earned yourself player of the game. You've got that nice chain after your hat trick. First, I got to ask, is the drip too heavy or can you handle it?
I think I can handle it. I don't know.
It looks great. It looks great. The offense had a slower start. It was really strong defense by Gilbert. You guys scored just before the half, and then the second half, you guys were rolling on all cylinders. What clicked offensively?
I think we just weren't as locked in as we usually are, but, you know, everybody started communicating again. We all started locking in. We found our connection, and then as soon as we do that, we always pop off, and from there we just went, as you can see the scoreboard, we went crazy after that.
You went crazy, Kia. You locked in 3 touchdowns. How would you describe the chemistry with your quarterback, Marley Phillips?
I would describe it really good. You know, she's fair to every player, I believe. if you're open, she's definitely going to throw it. So as long as you get in your breaks, you get in your routes right, you'll be open, you'll get the ball more.
Well, Kia, this trophy in my hand does not belong to me. It belongs to you as our player of the week.
Thank you
So
so
congratulations. You start the season 1-0. You are new to this team as a transfer. What kind of success does that set you up for the rest of the season?
Hopefully, for us to, win and everybody to get a chance to get something like this in the end, a good ring, trophy, something like that.
Kia, congrats on a phenomenal game. Enjoy the drip, enjoy the trophy. Craig, we'll send it back up to you.
Appreciate that, Danny. Congratulations to Kia Riley, our player of the game. Tremendous second half and atoning really for a couple of drops in the first half, including one near the goal line. Might have even had 4 touchdown catches. But, again, it's sometimes not how you start, it's how you finish. And a good first game for Kia Riley here with the Hamilton Huskies.
No, it really is. You watch her say she's a transfer, so again, but she spoke highly of her quarterback, saying she's fair. If you're open, she'll find you. It's up to you to go make the play. And I think that's just one of the that's the beautiful side of Marley. Could have got it herself. She was beautiful tonight, but she is fair. But I mean, when you look at what Kia was able to do, it was a special night for her.
And if you're looking for Hamilton to find someone else outside of Samaya Taylor-Jenkins to kind of maybe take the load off of this offense or to spread it around, you saw a lot here tonight with Hamilton and Kia Riley with 3 touchdown tosses. Hamilton with the win. They open defense of their state championship, beating Gilbert by the score of 35-3. We'll talk to you next week here on the Arizona Cardinals Girls High School Flag Football Game of the Week.